welcome back, everyone. So, wow. I'm still blown away by the ghost of Dandelions past.
No kidding.
I didn't even notice you changed your name. I loved Vampire Hunter Lawn, but Ghost Dandelions passed. Oh my.
That is pretty cool.
So yeah, you've got your information. What do you do with it? Like, do we want to see a scene of you presenting as actually, I mean, you have one more downtime action left, I believe.
Do I?
And no, because you should, because you only used one to clear your vice, or not to clear your vice, to chat with Rorik.
Yeah, I guess I didn't actually use that last one.
Or did you? I mean, would that have counted as indulging? I think it counted as indulging your vice because it gives you that +1 forward from Diania for your sacrifice.
Yeah. So I think that's...
So that would be both your downtime actions. Perfect.
Yeah.
Cooldown time. You have cooldown time.
Yeah, we do have one
collect, and I have one left.
Yes. And maybe you wanna do something about your heat, or fill in another clock? What do you guys think?
Well, okay, so
I say let that heat come, you know.
Yeah.
It'd be fine if we end with a wanted level or 2.
Okay.
I would like to do a quick scene in reaction to what went down with Kildare.
Yeah, where was everyone when the bell tolls as William Kildare dies?
I mean, probably still like somewhere being done something to by Exis.
I'm picturing, and this could be before the thing with Ixis, if you want it to be.
No. I think it's appropriate.
Could be at the same time, but like I'm picturing something along the lines of like in the TV of this game, the TV show of this game, as we say. The scene opens as we cut back from commercial and we hear the boom of the bell indicating that someone has died in the city, and we see the Deathseeker crows come out into the sky, and then we like cut to like, what is Farouk doing as he looks up and hears the sound.
So I think Farouk is probably going between the cathedral and Tangletown. And
are you on a boat at this point?
Yeah. And sees the crows flying towards Tangletown, and if I may, just has like this ominous feeling of, oh no, that isn't right. There's something.
Yep. All right. And then we cut to Zing. Zing, where are you when this happens?
Well, if I'm not done with my stuff, then I'm probably in my laboratory and doing something that normally people wouldn't do. At least normal scientists, but I would do. So yeah, basically in my lab.
I like the idea of it being while you're still setting up it's a flashback to while you're still setting up the Stargate. I mean, Portal Between Worlds.
The breach.
Okay.
And then so we have like Farouk going towards Tangletown, and then you in Tangletown, and you hear the thing, but it's like really muffled because you're in the bottom of the boat. And I don't know if it even really gives you any pause, but it definitely, we have like just that brief flash of where were you when this happened. And Lon, you're on your way to Tangletown, possessed by Ixis.
Yeah.
What does that scene look like?
Do Lana and Farouk meet each other on the water? Carefully going past each other. Oh, nice to meet you here.
I don't think Lan or Ixis rather would wave to Farouk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I imagine it's just like Lan with his black eyes, like sneaking across like the rooftops, jumping from roof to roof, staying to the shadows. But you notice that there's something off about him, something not human in the way he moves. Maybe a kid looks out of his window and gets nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
And for the rest, it's just like Lan arguing with Ixis in his head, like, "Come on, dude! Like, really? That jumping like that? Can't you do better? Or just about minor things. Really. So, yeah, like, for the rest, they're just off to Tangletown, I guess.
Okay, yeah. And then we had the scene on the top of the on the top of the bridge, and like the crow circling as you talk to Rourke's ghost. And then Farouk arrives at Tangletown at about the same time that Zing successfully like flips his switch. And Lon is there, like, walking through the door, like, into the... It's Lon, but it's not Lon. So, yeah, Zing flips the switch, does whatever arcane bullshit, and the circle, the dimension door, turns on. And it's success, and we have like a cut back to the scene that we'd seen earlier of the same thing, and we realize everything's happening at the same time as Lon like pushes his way past the tent curtain into the room, and like Farouk is stepping onto Tangletown at the same moment. Like Lon is already there, and as a ghost in the ghost field, you can see it turn on. It's like a flash of light. For dear departed Dandelion. And it catches Rorik's attention too. He's like, "Those crazy fools have done it."
I certainly hope so.
Wonderful, isn't it?
And then he does something really crazy, like his whole body like runs and takes a leap off the top of the bridge, and then like lands on another building, like hero pose, and then goes off to do his own thing, and you're left alone as a ghost on the top of the building. Free to travel as you please.
Indeed. Yeah. So I'm going to do a ghost thing.
What ghost thing are you going to do?
I'm going to use my new special ability called Manifest.
How did you get a new special ability called Manifest?
Because you get one as a ghost.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
Pretty sure you don't. As a ghost, you do not start off with any special abilities except ghost form.
You start with the first trait in your spirit playbook, or you may also choose one more trait. Page 67.
Hold on.
Ghost may not choose the possessed trait. It's in the third point under spirit characters.
Hold on. Oh, you may also choose one more trait. You are correct. Okay. My bad.
No problem. So I think William is intimately familiar with the Cathedral of Tangletown. This is how much time that he spent there during the party. bond some essence of his spirit to the demons that spilled out of the portal. So I'm just going to spend a drain and swoosh myself over there.
Okay. Oh, and it occurs to me that I may have been confused. I for some reason I had assumed that William Kudel's body was at Tangletown. That it was that it did it there, but was it actually at the cathedral?
Yes,
It was at the cathedral.
I thought it was at the cathedral.
Yeah, I meant for it to be at the bridge.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Crap.
Nope, it's good. It's perfect. Don't worry about dealing with his body.
Yeah.
All right.
We have people for that.
Yeah, I mean, you do have people for that. Like, literally have people for that. Like,
Is that what we spent our crew action on?
I mean, I don't even think you need to use a crew action for it. You still have a crew action left, but like
that's what I
maybe
meant.
we have a scene of like the spirit warden showing up at the door, and who do we trust most? Elizabeth?
Might be.
Victor.
Yeah, Victor.
TikTok is
Probably.
yeah.
Victor.
Victor, you think is the
Yeah. Yeah, maybe not TikTok.
TikTok?
Oh,
is
TikTok,
the dog.
yes.
Not Pendleton.
You're gonna eat
No, I think it's probably either Elizabeth or Victor who is, or maybe the two of them together are talking with the spirit wardens.
They open the door and it's just Elsindo inside. Hello.
The spirit warden, you can't tell whether they're male or female. They all wear completely face covering masks and androgynous clothing, and have like a voice modulator artifact. So I mean, would not be that interesting to Elzindo. But yeah, brilliant. So you are taking a moment to manifest here. Flow through electroplasmic to any place you knew intimately in life. Yeah. So yeah, you can definitely spend your drain to just be there.
Yeah, I'm gonna mark that under stress because there's no
Perfect
official space for it.
Yeah, it's basically stress. Cool. So the four of you are all together here as this doorway to another place opens up. And like Brooke, you get there. Lon, you're walking towards the portal.
Okay.
Ixis is having you slowly but steadily walk towards it. What do you do?
I mean, I said I was gonna help Ixis, so I'll walk into the portal if that's what he makes me do.
Okay.
I would warn you, I don't know the side effects of that.
Perfect. I think probably what happens is the ghost of William Kildare manifests just as you say that. And I think that causes Ixis to pause for a moment, just out of like, whoa, there's suddenly a ghost here. Giving Farouk enough time to catch up and make it down into the ritual chamber. And so, Farouk, you come in, like, pushing your way into what was formerly the tent that you did the big hoopla in. And there's a hole in the top of the tent, and there's just this oval, 3 meters tall, of a portal to another dimension. And halfway towards the portal is Lon. And I think you can tell, just by the set of his shoulders, that he's possessed by Ixis right now.
Yeah,
But
I mean
also
that would
standing
be
there-
doable for you guys to say, certainly.
Also standing there as for certain for certain values of standing. The ghost of William Kildare.
Some definitions of standing.
The moment he manifests, I say, "That's a strange side effect. I didn't see that one coming."
Perfect.
What have you all done? What is this?
It was boring at home, so I made something.
Time for some home improvement with Swift Sing.
Some Duskwall improvements.
Yeah. Some house renovation, one could say.
Do you like it? It's quite a gem.
Yeah, we'll test the room together.
Good.
It is. I have to admit, it is quite glorious.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
But Kildare, what are you doing dead?
Oh, so he is dead. It's not just a future we see. Okay.
Zing's like, oh shit, he's dead. Oh, my bad.
Well, but how am I supposed to kick you in the balls for changing my lab?
It's not my future, perhaps. It's my present. Someone else's future. Very much staring at Farouk at this point.
The way he's talking is definitely a ghost. Oh,
Was it
serious?
As for myself, I'm only doing what is necessary.
What do you mean by that? Was this one of our enemies?
What do I mean by that, indeed? I guess we will have to find out. For now, we have work to do.
So you will not answer, is that it? Must I compel you? Just...
You must ask the right questions.
Very well. How did you die?
By the will of the goddess.
There, that's a
Oh,
clear
it's-
answer.
Can you have headache as a ghost?
Oh, it is out of this world, trust me.
Was that an answer?
It is a reply.
Yeah. I'm so mysterious now because I'm a ghost. I'm William Kildare. It's dangerously like.
You are very funny, Sind. I think I will kill you last. Smile.
As long as you don't lie.
Ow! The flesh is weak. Sacrifice my body. Obtain this higher standing.
Damn it! Damn it, Dandelion! Must you always outdo me?
Well, I do not. I don't have to outdo you. It just happens.
Poor Farouk.
Yes, I know. It's so sad for him.
He's such a pitiable person.
Definitely.
It's not
So,
a matter of winning or
While you
losing.
guys are arguing, Lon and Ixis start moving closer towards the portal again.
I feel impending doom worse than anything we've yet to see. That really
Question.
makes me not want to stop.
Yes, Zing.
Question, Dandelion. Did you go into that portal, or were you right there when the moment it started, or?
Well, I was elsewhere.
Okay,
Then I came
then
here.
you can go in. No problem.
What? Just trying to make sure if it's going to kill Lan or not.
Yeah.
All right. You guys
The
have
most-
one last chance to do something to stop Lan from doing what Lan is doing.
Okay. You know what? I am going to try and figure out what is going on. Just at like the last moment.
All right. So now you roll to discern reality. No, wait, that's the wrong game.
Welcome to Dungeon Cult.
How are you going to try to figure out what's going on? Are you gonna ask Ixis in your mind again? Are you going to try to attune to figure this out?
I'm going to command him to tell me. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm going to push myself for sure. What is my position?
What is the action you said you're using again?
I'm going to command him to tell me.
Desperate.
But I would love
XP.
I would love to have. Oh yeah, cool, right. I would love for the answer to be vague either way, because I don't really want to know what happens until it happens. But something along the lines of "you're doomed and you're gonna die," like that would be more than enough. Or I guess "you're gonna die" is pretty like descriptive, but something like doom would be enough. What is my effect?
What is your effect?
We can say that it's limited because I'm looking for a bit of a limited answer.
Yeah, that definitely sounds limited to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably about right. So yeah, desperate limited. Let's roll this.
Okay. Oh, and is this at all audible?
I'm not sure if it's
Which one?
directly audible, but maybe you like. Maybe you can attune into hearing it, and if Lan figures it out, like he will try and tell you guys, try and give you a message as his last message.
Okay. Well, I'm wondering whether it makes sense to help. Like, would there be any cue at all, or would there not?
If it's out loud, other people can help you. If it's not,
It's not
there's
really out loud.
Yeah.
I mean, Lan talks to X's in his head. There would be no reason for him to turn it into words. That'd just be weird. So no,
Okay.
nobody can help me then. I am either doomed or I'm very doomed. A 5. So I get a answer, but bad stuff.
I mean, so yeah, you get you do get an answer, but there is a cost because you rolled a 5 on a desperate action. Make sure you give yourself your XP.
I did.
Before you
there is
die.
a consequence. You suffer harm. A serious complication occurs. The complication is you cannot stop it.
Okay. Does that include yelling it to everybody else? Because
No,
I imagined I couldn't stop it anyway.
You have a moment that you can yell out something, but you, like, Lan cannot stop this.
Okay,
that
totally
is a
reasonable.
consequence you can resist if you want once you hear what the answer is.
Reasonable.
But basically it cannot be stopped unless outside interference or you roll to a resistance here. Basically what will happen, like the gist of it, you command Ixis to tell you, and the gist of it is you will switch places. Cool. Ixis will get a physical body and Lan will lose his physical body.
Okay, interesting.
Ghost bodies.
Yeah, we're gonna go with ghosts at the end.
I mean,
We only need to switch the world around so all ghosts have bodies in it.
I really have no idea what Lan would do. I guess, like, he wanted to help Ixis, and he's a very stubborn person, right? If
Mhm.
he's planning on helping Ixis, he's gonna help Ixis no matter what the cost, because he said he would help Ixis. But like on the other hand, he likes his body. His body is nice. It's useful.
Well, how am I going to eat if I don't have a body?
I guess like Lan is gonna go. Yeah, that for sure. I guess Lan is
I've
gonna
just started liking food.
say through gritted teeth. It comes out kind of as a whisper. So if you want to accidentally not hear it, that's fine. But through gritted teeth, he's like, stop him.
And I think Farouk, unless you want to accidentally not hear him, you can easily pick up on the subtext that Lon means stop Ixis.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, everybody can see that I'm possessed, right? I've got my black eyes, I've got my cat's grace, I've got the Ixis vibe over me. So you can see I'm possessed, and Lan says between his gritted teeth, like almost like a whisper, like stop him. You're welcome to be confused about it or not hear it. Like this is what happens.
Okay. And can I tell that this is like a portal between worlds that's like, is it completely open and things can pass either direction right now, or does it need to be held open, or can I tell any of that?
You don't have enough time to study it, but if you want to make a survey for limited results, you can answer maybe some of those questions.
Okay. Sure. Oof. Yeah, this isn't gonna go well, but what the hell? Is this is this risky, or is or what? I could see any of the
I think
three.
it's risky because if you take too long trying to figure out what's going on, you're going to miss your window to help Lan.
Okay. Then screw it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna go on instinct. Which is that I'll walk forward, and just as Len is entering, I'll put a hand on his shoulder and try and compel Ixis to stop, and to hold this hold this thing open from halfway.
I'm not sure I'm following your intent here.
Okay, so so I don't exactly know how this thing works, but my intent is to use Ixis as a way of making sure that whatever's on the other side can come through freely. Yeah, that may not be a thing that is possible, but I will try to do it.
Yeah, I don't think you know whether or not that's a thing that's possible. Or how to do it. If you want to just be like, I'm going to throw arcane energy at it until it works, that would be an attune.
Okay. That's sort of what I'm doing. I mean, I'm essentially throwing arcane energy at it as soon as Ixis has taken half a step through,
Before
or
that
is
happens,
at mid step through.
Is it time for what I wrote to you, Elsa?
If you'd like it to be, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Lan is taking a step towards the thing, and just before Farouk can hurl, like I don't know why, but I'm like picturing like a psychic like shoulder thud into the into the portal. Then yeah, what happens, Mark? Tell us.
From behind the corner, he jumps out. He rolls out and he jumps down and tackles down Ixis before he can set foot through the portal. Because here he is again to save the day, El Zingdo. Stop this madness.
Can I try and oppose that?
Sure you can.
If you want to stop from being
Stopped?
saved,
Yeah. I mean, I can imagine Ixis wanting to stop from being saved. So I imagine that would happen. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, okay. I would say first, Elzingdo needs to roll. Because I think this, instead of just Elzingdo saves you, saves. It's gonna be a roll at desperate.
Yes.
And
sounds reasonable.
If you fail, Lon just goes through the door and we can move on to Brad's thing. If you succeed with a 6, then you completely just manage to get Lon out of the way. And then if you get a partial success, something weird will happen. Unless you would say, I mean, it's up to you, Hasa, if you would want to say that even if he succeeds with a 6, that you would then roll a resistance to just sidestep it.
No. I'm more than happy to leave it up to the dice. I mean, I imagine that it would be kind of tough to beat Lan, but it being desperate is a reasonable way of showing that.
To be fair, El Zingdo is not the weaker by himself. So. It's a skirmish, isn't it?
I think so.
Okay.
Elzingdo might not be weak, but is he equal in skill to a gang and what was it, brutal or something?
Yeah, you're looking at desperate limited, but you can definitely like get more time here and get him out of the way with a 6. On a 5, you're gonna get hurt. On a 1, 2, or a 3, then Lon definitely makes it past you, and also you might get hurt.
I might gonna push myself. I was thinking about taking a devil's bargain that I myself fall into the portal, but no, I want El Zingdo and Zing to have fair.
I mean, that might still happen.
The moment together, so.
I do want them to have a moment together, so of course it's a 5. So get your XP. You do it, but there's a consequence. You suffer harm, a serious complication occurs. So what I think happens here, and please feel free, Hasa, this is your character. If you want to interject here, you're welcome to. But the way I picture this is Elzingdo like sweeps away the curtain, and he's there with his cape, and is like Elzingdo, and like charges at Lon, and like pushes him out of the way of the portal, and then Lon stops and like grabs him with the metal arm, with his metal hand, and just like breaks Elzingo's arm for the impertinence.
I can totally see that working, yeah.
Can I try to resist that?
So that's a level 2 harm of broken arm. You can resist that if you'd like. But you'd still be taking at least level 1 harm if you do.
Yeah, let me try to resist that.
Wow, easy peasy. So So
You
yeah,
think you can
like
break me?
Lon is standing there holding your arm and it's bruised. So you put a level 1 harm bruised, like hand-shaped bruise, on your arm, and is like the fury of the fury of Ixis burns in Lon's black eyes.
What is new cat?
Because I was trying to describe a thing, and then my cat moved my camera. I was like, "No, cat, no."
The Grand Demon Lord Nokat has arrived.
Oh. And so, Lon, staring at you with Ixis's black eyes, has grabbed you by the upper arm, Elzingdo, and squeezes tightly, and it's very painful. But he does not just snap your arm in twain. Yeah, what do the rest of you do? Brad, your Farouk's still can go ahead and try to magically empower this portal.
Okay.
Maybe now that Lon has taken a step back, you can you have a little bit more of a moment here. Bless you.
Gesundheit.
Gracias.
And of course, Umbra, you're more than welcome to step in with anything that the Ghost of Dandelion's past may want to do.
I think the Ghost of Deadlands Pass is more than happy with throwing himself into the demon portal.
Mm-hmm.
And wait and see how that plays out first.
Okay. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm still gonna attempt to stick with the original plan of trying to hold, waiting for Lanslash Ixis to begin to step through the portal and then attempt to hold them there.
Okay, and you're trying to wait. I thought you were trying to help them like come through without Lon.
No, I'm trying to help everything that's on the other side to come through by
Including Ixis.
It's like holding the door open, more or less.
yes, exactly.
Including but not limited to Ixis.
Well, okay, I'm trying to force I'm essentially trying to force Ixis to hold the door open.
So basically when Lon has their foot in the door, like spike it and be like,
Yeah,
okay,
stay right there.
now you're stuck. Oh God, that is
Yeah, it's not an altruism thing at all.
no. Okay, that is desperate.
Okay.
And I think it only has limited effect here. I think this is going to be a clock where you struggle with Lon and Ixis to bind them here.
I am so
6
not
clock.
planning on being bound here.
Yeah,
Oh my
I feel
God.
like they are definitely planned on not being bound here. This is 6 clock for you to exert your will. And Farouk, this will bind Lon as much as it binds Ixis.
Oh well, sacrifices.
It's fine, whatevs.
Once perhaps it can be undone once the other side has had its chance to play and take what it wants.
I don't get this one.
A demon will provide easy access to this world.
Oh.
Just access.
I was
got it.
okay.
I followed you.
I haven't thought that short. Sorry.
It's very funny.
It's very funny.
You
Very
know
funny.
that you're far gone when Mark doesn't get you.
What's that mean?
So okay. I think you're attuning here.
Yes.
I think this is also going to cost you stress.
Ooh, okay.
Just to be. This is not really any of your powers. Like, not really.
Okay. I was
not
thinking
like
of
a
it under
ritual.
just compel.
And yeah, I mean, it's kind of like compel, but compelling a spirit to do a thing is very different than binding a extraplanar being and a human to a portal to hold the door open.
Sure. Okay. Okay.
The whatever Zinged has done, you can see like it flickers. It's not the portal's not fully stabilized. It'll definitely work. Well, Lon knows it'll definitely work for Ixis's plan. Farouk thinks that he can hold it open by doing this thing, but it's not going to be easy, and neither Lon nor Ixis would like to be bound here.
No, I mean, rather be dispirited or whatever than bound here.
Yeah, that's true. So desperate, limited, 6 o'clock.
Okay. And costing 1 stress to start or more?
I think it costs 1 stress.
Okay. All right.
Each subsequent time you use this power is going to cost you more stress.
Okay.
There's no way you can clean this clock out in one go. And if you try a second time, it's going to cost you 2 stress. If you try a third time, it's going to cost you 3 stress. And if you don't get it on your 4th time, whether or not you succeed, you're getting a trauma.
Oh, I'm getting a trauma.
Well, so
yeah, this is clearly not going to work out, but I am going to try it.
Way to go.
All right, let's see what happens.
Okay. Okay. Desperate limited. Can I doom clock for an extra?
Oh yes, absolutely you can.
All right. Okay.
Brilliant. All right. Give yourself 1 tick on your clock there. Actually, since this is limited, I'm going to say it's only a 4 o'clock because you're only going to be getting 1 or maybe 2 ticks if you're lucky. It would be impossible at a 6, and I want it to be at least possible here. So,
All right. Okay. So
So, Lon, you've got a response here, and so does everybody else. Like, how does this look? Like, Lon takes a step forward and suddenly is like pause for a second as power pushes out of Farouk, and describe, what does that power look like?
So yeah, I think it's at first it might look sort of like Brooke is just trying to stop Lon, because he does like put a hand on his shoulder, but it's probably not that hard to tell that he's not like putting all his weight into holding him back or anything like that. And I think like a green glow kind of rises up from Farouk and starts to flow over Lon, but it's very wispy. And he says, "Oh, my friend, I think that's far enough. We have guests, and you should hold the door for them, just for a time."
Yeah. Does anybody want to react to this? You all see this happening. And I think it's especially
I do.
clear to both Lon and William Kildare. Like, Zinged and Elzingdo are both, like, only seeing, like, the surface level of it, whereas Lon can because of Ixis, intuitively knows that if Rook finishes what he's started here, they will both be bound to this portal until it is destroyed. And Dandelion, you don't know that, but you can see, like, the power that comes off of Farouk, like, forms chains and starts to bind itself around the spirit of Lon, and you can almost see Ixis riding around inside of Lon, and it's a dark, writhing mass of something sinister.
Okay, yeah, there is a thing that I want to do, but I think I'm gonna hold off for a moment until that 4 o'clock is finished.
It may not become finished because Lon can oppose it, of course.
So, is it interesting to say that I have a clock to try and get through the portal as well? Or Ixis has, whatever.
Yes. I think that you have a clock to try to get through the portal before he can finish locking you here. I think it's a 6 clock that already has 1 tick on it.
Okay.
And your actions to get through are probably going to be standard and not limited.
Okay.
Unless you roll a 4 to 5 when it might click down.
Okay. Let's see. Go through portal. Okay. And it has 1 tick. Cool. Okay, what you see that happens with Lan when he realized this, like, you see, you see Lan and Ixis. I imagine Dandelion can see that particularly well. Like, whatever was writhing within Lan becomes totally still and focused. And like even Zinged and Elzingdo can see like this black aura flowing around Lan, and you just know like Lan and Ixis, they teamed up. They're fully accepting, or Lan is fully accepting Ixis, and they are working together, whatever the consequences may be. So I am happy to accept some particularly severe devil's bargain that of the effect that this would have on Lan. And I think it's more fun to try and get through before Farouk finishes his clock, because Farouk's clock is already hard enough. So I'm just gonna go and try and get through there to make sure that, Farouk doesn't bind me here. Because else I'll be fighting Ixis and Farouk, and I definitely don't want that.
Well, thank you for not simply taking off my arm.
Well,
That would have been easy.
I mean, that comes afterwards.
Okay.
So,
Afterwards.
what is the devil's bargain that I can get by accepting Ixis fully and entirely? Becoming one with the beast.
Ixis is gonna go after Yin next.
I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of what a good devil's bargain here would be. And I'm not coming up with anything that is particularly compelling.
I mean,
this
I
juncture.
could go for 7 more stress. Just get a trauma straight up. I mean, I could take physical harm, but I don't imagine that will have any effect if I'm gonna be disembodied afterwards.
I mean, it does if you want to play Ixis.
I mean, I think just taking 2 stress for pushing yourself would probably be the best, and mechanically, like fictionally, makes the most sense here.
Can I take something more? I just like the idea of, like, I understand that the devil's bargain will only give 1 die, but I just like the idea of, like, this being severe.
If you want to, instead of taking stress, take a trauma that does not knock you out of the action, I will allow it in this case.
Okay. I would love to take reckless. I think it's very fitting for the situation, and I don't think it would
Yeah.
knock me out of the action. Cool. I am a thrill seeker now. Okay. So yes, Lan is going to try and push his way through. I guess he would just do that by kicking everybody else out of the way. Like, anybody who tries to oppose him gets a fist to the face, that kind of thing.
I think I wouldn't like that.
So is this where you just turn and straight deck Farouk? Because, I mean, he's the only one that's right
I'll deck
there.
anybody who's close to me. I mean, I'll even try decking the ghost of Dandelion's past if I have, if he comes close.
Yeah, I think he's slightly out of reach.
So I guess the question to everybody is, who's close enough to get punched in the face?
Elzingdo, definitely. I mean,
Farouk for sure.
Yeah. I guess Zingd is, I don't know, 10 feet away, looking like,
Interesting. What would the outcome of this experiment be?
Are you now going in or not? Because I don't have it all day.
I feel Zingd should do something to escalate the situation. Like, oh, this would be a great situation to try out my insert something completely random that you haven't tested under circumstances like this.
Yeah, I already thought about using my latest version of my Ghost Away spray. But I thought that would be unfitting to just get a few of characters out of the scene. So,
well, I imagine I'll be attacking Farouk and Zingd at the same time, since I can actually do that. So
probably Elzingdo, not Zingd.
Elzingdo, my bad.
Yeah.
So I'll just, like, 2 fists, 2 faces. Yeah, so my position, what is it? Elsa, what is my position?
I think this is risky standard. You, as Lon/Ixis, have the upper hand on Farouk here for sure. So I think that's where we're at right now.
Wouldn't it be would it be risky great then because I am brutal?
Yes.
Yes, it would.
You are correct.
Sorry for your noses.
Yes, indeed.
Actually, no. Sorry, Elzingdo, for your nose.
I can try to dodge.
I'm not apologizing to Rook for nothing.
Can I try to dodge?
I would wait to see if I hit first.
Yeah.
So I'm using the 1 extra die from the Devil's Bargain then?
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, if I now get 6...
Oof. Oh, crit.
Critical punch to the face.
I have one question. I got
Yes.
6 XP and prowess. Can I use them mid-session or do I have to wait?
Yeah, 100%, definitely.
Okay.
So a crit, like, does this? I imagine like this furthers my clock.
Yes.
Rather than just
So,
punching people in the face.
with great effect, you normally would get 3 ticks. You critted, so you're gonna get 4.
Okay, I'm 1
I
tick
think-
on. So Farouk, you better, you
Well,
better
let me
do
double
something.
check that real quick, but I'm pretty sure.
That's more than fine. It gives us one more tension moment.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Everyone has a chance. Yeah, that's gonna give you. Normally that would give you 3 ticks. But I'm gonna go ahead and give you a 4th tick here. You're almost free of Farouk, and Farouk is trying his damnedest to hold you here, with magic. Everybody else, you're watching this like grand showdown between Farouk and his would-be apprentice Lon, where it's obvious now that Farouk gives no shits, 0 fucks about Lon's well-being. And
Wonderful that we might
Lon
end up like
has
screw.
given up all pretenses of being
Wait, this is so
deferential
surprise?
to Farouk.
Yeah. Surprising no one.
Yes.
So yeah, you've all
it's-
got a
it's
moment
quite-
here to respond.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't, mommy, daddies, don't fight.
So-
has having a kind
Do
of
I-
episode
So,
right now.
like, do I also deal damage to them, or is it more of a I like click them into the side of the heads, and they're just like dazed for a bit, which gives me the chance because that my goal is to go through the portal, not necessarily to murder them.
I think that it would deal some damage to them. Normally, only because you are like the size of a small gang or whatever, they're gonna incidentally get hurt, like
Okay.
a broken nose or a black eye, which I think is gonna fall
Sorry,
under
Elsingdu.
level 1 harm.
Hey, you haven't hit yet. I can dodge, right? Can I not?
I imagine you can.
Yeah, I mean these are both gonna kind of be like battered, level 1 harm. Like one of you has a black eye and the other one has a broken nose. You're still
And-
pretty much okay, but not good.
So,
And you're more than willing. You can definitely resist this if you want to.
I'm asking for the third time. Can I use a roll just to try to dodge it without?
Yeah, that would be to resist it.
Oh, that is to resist.
That
okay.
is yes. When you
Yes.
when you resist something, it's not fictionally how you resist is up to you.
Okay.
So if you resist by dodging out of the way,
And
you're still going to roll as a resistance, but it's not like you just take the punch and don't break your nose. You can say that you dodge it.
Okay.
It's
So
still going to
there's
be
no
prowess.
roll. There's no like prowl roll just to resist. Okay. Let's go.
Okay. And Farouk, are you also going to attempt to
No, I think he just gets punched in the face.
No.
Okay.
right
Alright.
in his betraying fat face.
Yeah.
I
Um,
like how it is. Nobody beats the Shroud of Diania, except the Shroud of Diania.
So yeah, like I picture him like just taking the punch to the face and then looking back at Lan like with more determination as like the like his eye slowly turns red from broken blood vessels, you know? So yeah.
So many
Brilliant.
conclusions today.
Yeah. I think it is time for me to interfere. Speaking of conclusions and big fat betrayal.
Yes, please, Mr.
Yeah.
Ghost.
Indeed. I think maybe we see this from like Lan's point of view. As he just punched Farouk, we see like the blood vessels bursting. Then we just see Kildare floating up behind him.
Floating up behind Farouk.
Behind Farouk.
You're so screwed.
I mean, that might be the moment where Elzingo comes with the ghost away.
I thought things were looking bad for me, but Farouk is in deep shit.
Would
Yeah,
that be a possibility now for Zingt to see this in it? No.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not quite yet.
Let's see what happens, what he does. Then you can take the group action of
you can protect him.
interfere. What is it called? No.
Protect?
Protect? Yes. Where you would then face danger for a teammate. Step in and suffer consequences in their place. But let's see, because tell us more about what you're doing here exactly.
Yes, I think I put a hand on his shoulder. We feel the cold wind of death. Leans in close, whispers in his ear. The demon, the human, shall pass into the other world. Another shall follow. and we see one of the marks on his hand, like one of the marks on his arm, like lights up, like orange. And we see him looking into the swirling darkness of the portal, and says, he calls for one of the demons that were bound during last time. Calls for No Cat.
Okay.
I think the demon's called. It's called Larsius. He whispers, "Oh, Larsius, I invoke the bond that was made in this place. Rid this man of his soul, and take his flesh for yourself."
Wow.
All right.
I imagine Lan and Farouk getting stuck somewhere in no man's land, like bickering.
Yeah.
Why did you do that? Like, wait, your fault. Like, you started it.
Yeah, I think it's like spirit.
Yeah.
But it had to be done. Don't you understand?
And I would love to attune to do this.
Okay. So Zing, though, has seen this and would like to interfere.
And singed, right? Just singed.
Yeah, Zingt.
Yeah. Isn't the protect like after I made the roll though?
Yes. So yeah, you make the roll. Let's see how this goes down, and then Zinged can step in.
Maybe you fail horribly.
And I will describe what would have happened to Farouk if Zinged had not stepped in. Then Zinged may choose to step in if they still so desire.
Let's see. Risky standard, I presume. Or can I boost something from like, invoking the bond?
Yeah, I think I think that this is definitely going to be risky standard. I think there's a number of different factors here where it could have been desperate limited and it could have been more controlled great, and other stuff just it balances out to being just controlled standard.
Control standard?
Yeah, no, risky standard. Sorry,
Okay.
risky standard.
Just want to make sure.
Yep.
Yeah, let's see. And then I'm more than willing to push myself. Take some drain. For a bonus die.
This is a cult of
Critical?
horrible people.
Oh no!
Wow, all the critical hits. Roll20 is really cranking it up for this one.
Wow, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea how this will end.
Wow.
Me
So,
neither.
assuming Zing does not step in, I think what happens here is the ghost of Dandelion puts his hands onto Farouk's shoulders and shoves him towards the portal and towards Lan, and both of them together go stumbling through the portal. And before we find out what happens because of that, Zingd may step in and prevent this from manifesting.
Yeah, I would like to do a flashback.
Of course.
It costs how many stress?
That depends on the type of flashback.
Yeah, it depends on the flashback. Tell me
Okay.
what you're doing and I'll tell you how much it costs you.
Yeah, I want to make go back to the moment when I made a new ghost away formula that should be extra effective that I tried to do, because we are now handling it with a lot of ghosts and they might be annoying, so it would be cool if you just spray a little and get rid of them. They are grumpy or something.
I mean, we were handling demons technically.
I mean,
Yeah.
What did you
two.
say?
Also,
I think that's going to cost you 1 stress. It's not terribly outlandish that you would have made this thing, but it is a little far-fetched that you would have it with you right now.
Fair enough.
Because you're dealing with demons more than ghosts. So yeah, it's going to cost you 1 stress, but you can go ahead and roll Tinker to do this.
Devil's Bargain or push myself? I'm gonna push myself. No, I don't want an extra of 10. I want an extra of 1.
I mean, 10, sure.
It's a
Damn.
6. A regular
Just
6.
a 6, but still. You guys are killing it. Yeah. So, as malicious ghost of Dandelion's past says that pithy one-liner that I've already forgotten. Something about take Farouk spirit and then keep his body for your own. All of a sudden, Zingd is like, psst, bad ghost.
You changed my lab. You're going to pay for that.
Yeah, so
Zingdo, sorry, not Elzingdo, Zingd. You still need to roll a resistance here to take the harm for Farouk. But
Okay.
in this case, I think it's probably going to be so you have this anti-ghost spray which you can spray onto him.
Yeah.
But if you want to save you want to be saving Farouk with it, you need to still take the protect and step in, which means that you are going to go through the portal, or you roll to resist. Probably with, I mean, anything you want, really. An insight, resolve, or prowess would all be effective here.
Okay.
Since what you're doing is spraying the ghost away. It being insight to have remembered to bring the ghost away makes sense. It being prowess to be quick enough to get it in his face would make sense. Or it being resolve. Resolve makes less sense, but the other two both make sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of unlucky that I didn't know the rules too much, and I just pushed myself for it. But hey, traumas are cool anyway. That's cool.
I think like what would also be
Oh, no,
interesting.
You don't even.
Wow.
It's fine.
Wow.
Don't
No
worry about
trauma.
it. Brilliant.
But since it was a crit to a toot in the first place, is there any additional fallout?
What was yes. The demon that he named Larsis, you feel its presence just on the other side of the portal. It's here and it's ready.
It was Larsis, not No Cat?
It is Larsis. No Cat comes later.
Okay.
It's Larsis No Cat.
You don't want to deal with No Cat, trust me.
Oh, yeah.
Larsis No Cat is a jackal nope. Tell you all about jackal nopes later. Jackal nopes.
Yeah, no kidding.
So what do you do? I mean, there's no real initiative here, but you, anyone wants to step in and act here.
I have an idea. I want to keep things challenging between Farouk and myself. So, like I would like to step up my game. I've seen this idea of dandelion, and I'm like, you know what? It might be useful to teach Farouk a lesson. I mean, I'm looking good, right? I only have
That's
to
how
take,
I can call it too.
I only have to take one more action to step through. I'm basically touching the portal, and you know, Elzingdo was bashed out of the way, and Farouk got a broken nose.
Actually, I dodged.
And you dodged out of the way, true. But you're not standing in my way, or currently you might choose to do so again if you wish. So, I think I'm going to try and take Farouk down with me. Just drag him through a portal as I go. But I feel like this should make things harder for me, where Farouk can maybe oppose my action to go through cancelling it or something like that.
I mean, he can resist it.
Yeah, exactly. So something like that, and his resistance would cancel us both going through something like that.
Okay.
And giving me a chance to try again. So if he successfully resists, I won't get a tick on the clock, kind of thing.
Yeah, I could see that being a thing.
Or maybe that and the clock gets bigger or something like that. I don't know what's reasonable.
Okay. Well, as sort of a counter, I don't know if it's offer, but I would be willing to both let go and step partway through if just doing that would just be sort of resolving the action.
What do you mean?
We're doing it. Yeah, absolutely doing it.
No 12. So
somebody should take a devil's bargain.
okay.
Yeah, I have one in mind. Or okay. I have an action in mind.
So if making that sacrifice sort of guarantees that I can stand partway in and partway out of the portal.
Oh, you want to become yourself the portal holder? Okay. I mean, that's fine by me.
I mean, that's a lot easier. You're not opposed on that. Nobody is trying to stop you that I know of. Unless anybody wants to tell me.
That's actually interesting. If that happens, then Lan doesn't have to go through the portal, but Lan doesn't, or Lan can freely oppose Ixis at going through the portal, because then Farouk is not in his way. But he doesn't know that that's Farouk's plan, so he's just gonna try and go through the portal and take Farouk down with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
so
Singh wants to say
sounds
Farouk's
to
life
me
again.
like with Farouk's new plan, Lon is actually helping him without realizing it.
Yeah, basically.
Perfect. And did you were you saying something, Umbra, of what the ghost of Dandelion's past wanted to?
No, I was just suggesting that maybe Singh wants to save Farouk again and pull him out of the portal.
Yeah, I want to pull everyone out of the portal if possible, because this is madness.
Yes.
100%.
That's cool.
I mean, I think I didn't plan it initially, but I think this seems to be the most sane mind around here.
He is.
He is.
So, I'm suggesting that either Lan or Farouk rolls against Zingd, and that the other person helps, Farouk or Lan, whoever is not taking the action.
I mean, as long as Zingd is not the most sane person, I'm fine. So
I'm writing it down. Zingdo seems to be the most sane person here.
He definitely is. So does that sound reasonable? Where like maybe opposed roles between Elzingdo and Farouk, where Lan helps Farouk, or between Elzingdo and Lan, where Farouk helps Lan, whatever is most appropriate.
Who would Elzingdo be trying to save more?
yes, the younger one.
Okay.
Well, that'd be Lan.
Children are cute.
So
Lan is both younger and cuter.
I mean, Farouk would probably be easier to save, because he's not as strong as Lan.
That's true.
That is also true.
Would that be change things?
No.
Okay.
He's a hero. He's not. His decisions are not made on how hard the quest is, but on principle. Kids are cute. They're gonna be safe.
What you're doing is definitely desperate.
There it is.
Do we both roll opposed then, and whatever is highest, or how does it work?
Doing opposed is kind of weird.
Yeah, I feel like one of you should be making an action roll and the other one will resist.
Yeah, exactly. One of you makes an action roll, the other one may choose to resist, but also basically the consequences fictionally are going to be set by the person the action roll is against, not necessarily me.
Yeah, I feel like Singh is the one making the action of like pulling them out.
Okay.
Or whichever one it is.
Well, then I'm gonna roll. It's desperate. That means another XP. Yay. Effects probably still limited. Is it not?
Yes.
Probably. I imagine that if you succeed, like you pull one of them from the fire, or you change how things come out, but it would probably, like fighting two people on not like going through a portal.
Yeah, like a limited effect here is that you're holding someone back for another few minutes. You're not definitively stopping them, you're delaying them.
Okay. So
and it's only one person. If you somehow manage to get a crit, then it would be either delay both of them or definitively stop one of them.
okay. So I want to take a devil's bargain here.
Okay.
Tick on the doom clock.
Let me put it that way. I'm looking for every source of power that I can get right now. I have this. I need to save whoever I can save from this idiotic mad thing that will devour us all if we don't do anything about it.
I like how Elzindo is the most sane person, and he's probably going to be the one who
Yeah.
fully sets off the doom clock.
And so I just probably unconsciously take every power that I can get from wherever it comes, which means probably I would take a point in the doom clock.
And take the power from the demon behind it, huh?
Yes. Which would maybe make me a vessel or something.
It seemed like Umbra had an idea for this, but
Yeah.
are you alright with letting it go to Zinged here?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Oh, I thought
Alright.
the idea was that Zinged could try and stop them.
No, that's a
Or
separate idea, but this is also fine.
Okay.
This is good.
Alright, Zinged, roll.
Elzindo.
Elzingdo. You never got to have your conversation with Elzingdo and Zinged.
Oh yeah.
Oh, damn.
I mean, everything is so intense.
I mean, if Lan and Farouk end up...
I like the idea, like, the camera still never actually sees both of them in the frame at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, you push your way, to Lan, and, because it was Lan you were targeting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you push your way to Lan and manage to hold him back for a moment. Long enough. Now, Farouk, you can just step in and do what you were going to do.
Okay.
You're no longer getting a helping die from Lan or from Ixis, but you can.
Okay. So... say... Kildare, now your jealousy becomes, becomes manifest, becomes obvious, and for the rest of you, your lack of resolve the same. I will show you. I shall pave the way. And I'll try and step
Sounds
it.
interesting. Say so behind. Coolio. I'm hungry.
Let Diana's children come forth! And I don't know what role it is to, like, try and step halfway and the door opens. And
That's what I got.
Probably a tune or something?
This is a controlled great effect attune with and that's going to cost you 2 stress just to try.
Okay.
And Dandelion, are you going to interfere here?
No, I think this is exactly what I had in mind.
Brilliant. Are you going to help then?
I think I'm just gonna smile.
Okay.
You were always fit to be a road Farouk. Always good for others to be stepped upon.
I don't think Diania will thank you for talking to her road like that.
We'll see.
Yeah. Roll it.
Okay.
By the way, Zig says, I don't know. It seems like I missed something and you don't like each other very much. Might that be the case?
I'm not
Just
sure.
now figuring out that Farouk and
Okay, so
Kildare do not like each other. Right.
I'm not sure where you get this from.
He missed a lot
Yeah, he
of
wasn't
time.
there for like a bunch
True,
of time.
it's true actually.
Okay, so that was controlled standard. And
No, it's controlled great.
controlled great. Okay. All right, let me redo that.
Take an extra die
Okay.
from Diania.
Yes, be the road.
The conduit. It's different.
Whatever.
Who's the plumber then?
I suppose that makes you the plumber then.
All right.
You've laid forth the pipework.
Right. Always.
So this is enough to bind yourself into this position as the doom clock has ticked, and I would like to take this opportunity to barf forth Apocalyptica and narrate how the finale ends here. I think this is the final action. Feel free to chime in with any ideas, but how I picture this here is Lan tries to take a step forward and Elzingdo stops him, holding him there for just a moment as the dark eyes burn into Elzingo, and Farouk takes a step forward into the large oval that is the portal that Zingd had created. And in Ghost Vision, William Kildare can see these spirit shackles like fly off of Farouk in every direction and anchor themselves to various points around this portal as his body is like consumed and he becomes the binding between this world and the other. And the on the outside, Zingd, who does not have the spirit vision, sees his portal do the flicker, 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 and then suddenly it's completely stable, just looking into the other realm. And I'm picturing it a lot like Stranger Things, and since you're underwater in a boat, it's a very surreal landscape on the other side where there is no boat and there is no water, but it's even darker and murkier. And yes, please.
Think just be like, oh no, he broke it. Then.
It's darker and murkier, and there are like floating particles of something that start to float out into the world. And from the other side, the demon Larsis. Describe the demon Larsis for me, please.
See, the demon
Sandra.
Larsis, at first glance, looks like a pleasant individual of nondescript appearance. But then he just smiles, and he has the same like shark teeth smile that Diania has, and he just sort of widens, but and sort of his head just falls to pieces. And it's all just teeth and tongues and tentacles and eyes inside.
Mm-hmm.
And his human form falls to pieces to just scatter out into night horrors.
But we're not getting into a Japanese porn, right?
That part comes later.
Okay.
It's the preamble still.
And it steps forward, and like Lon shudders in Elzingdo's grasp for just a moment as Ixis breaks free and takes that final step on their own. And Dandelion can see Ixis for just a moment, his dark self of a humanoid shape, and as he steps through the portal and comes out into reality, he looks exactly like Lord Skurlock.
So
It's
is Lan
disconcerting.
disembodied now, or is there
No,
Lan
Lan
and
is still
Lord
there.
Skurlock?
He's no longer Lan is
Okay.
there in Zing's arms and no longer possessed.
Okay, cool.
And Ixis, looking exactly like Lord Skurlock, only wearing clothing from 1,000 years ago, steps into the room, and Diania is there and takes his hand and says, "Just like you said it would work." And I feel like that's our curtain here. As Ixis has brought himself into the world, and Diania takes his hand, and Farouk is his mind and soul have been bound to this gate, his body destroyed, and once again, like this all happens in just an instant. So we hear Diania saying, just as you said it would happen," and that the bell in the background rings out from Farouk's death.
Aww.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Farouk. We'll get you back some way.
Some way is a good way to describe
Yeah,
it.
like maybe payback, but getting his soul back doesn't sound like it. Maybe, who knows? Maybe some parts of it.
Your soul is bound to this portal.
Yeah, I think your soul's gonna be busy for the next while.
Good that I got this
Prob-
portal away spray. No, I don't.
Brilliant. I mean, I don't know if it's appropriate to do XP at this point. But if you'd like to, for shits, we can do so.
Sure. I mean, it's not entirely the end. We could theoretically start at this point again. Just for
We
Rook
can.
is dead.
We definitely can.
Yeah.
So why not? Let's go. Elzingo might be possessed
we
by
could
a
give
demon.
ourselves all like
not.
one XP, like or what's it called, as a gesture. How do you say that? One
like
XP.
consolatory XP, like.
No.
By the way, I have a good idea for flavor. How it manifests that Elzingo got the help from the demon. Like there's a crack in the air, like a lightning, and from there a lightning head just pushes his back and then jumps into him.
Ooh. Intriguing.
Cool. All right. Well, let's do some XP then. Farouk, you're kind of bound to a portal, so I don't think any of your XP is going to come in handy.
Probably not.
We might get him back. I can imagine Lan
I mean,
going
maybe?
like. I can imagine
let's
Lan.
do your XP anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I imagine if we come back to this, I'd certainly start off as a different character, and then maybe as like the action rises.
Yeah, we'll give you some XP anyway. See what happens.
Okay.
You might be a ghost. You might be a vampire. You might get a new body. Whatevs. Did you address a challenge with knowledge and arcane power? Yes, definitely more than once.
Yeah.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, and background? Yes, definitely more than once. And did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas during this session?
Yeah, kinda. Certainly, my trauma of cold came into play in a way that blew up in my face.
I am going to say yes, but only once.
Okay.
So 5.
Does he get an extra point for just being like his vice is that he's interested in anything demonic, right? Might his vice played into the fact that he decided to become a demon portal?
I'll allow it. Yeah, take your 6 XP. Take all the XP. Put it wherever you want. Spider. Sorry. Let's go.
Ghost.
Nope, you're Ghost. You don't get any Spider XP. You get Ghost XP.
Indeed.
Ghost. You get XP. I don't even know what the Ghost XP triggers are. You enacted vengeance upon those you deem deserving. You certainly tried.
Yeah.
You get 1 XP for that.
Yeah.
You expressed your outrage or anger, or settled scores from your heritage or background.
Yeah, I think there might have been some expression of outrage at some point.
All right, I'll give you 1 there.
Yeah.
And you struggled with your need or glooms. No.
No. There was a point when I was going to try and possess Lan to get X's out and feed on him at the same time. But
you don't have the option to possess yet.
That would have been
True.
interesting. I feel like he should get 1 extra too for I'm not sure if it's settling a score exactly, but he did go and talk to whatever the crowsfoot guy, which counts,
Yeah.
which might count towards his background.
I think I'm going to give you a total of 4 here.
Okay, and I think that he actually did succeed in settling a score. It wasn't just like trying, because it was because of that rivalry that Farouk did what he did. Otherwise, he would have cheesed out and tried to take advantage of the situation. But
Right.
when it looked like the only way to outdo him would be this, you got pushed into it. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna say 4 XP for the Ghost of Dandelion's Past.
Thank you.
Brilliant. So let's go with what's next. Zinged. You're a leech. Did you address a challenge with technical skill or destruction? Yeah.
I think so.
Destruction, you say?
I mean, definitely.
I think
more
opening
than
a
once.
giant portal counts as destruction.
Doom portal counts as destruction. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background? Maybe once. It was a little bit there. But I also think you definitely struggled with your vice.
Yeah.
For sure. What are your traumas? What are your traumas?
Unstable. How could you forget?
How could I forget?
What could character trait at this point?
I don't know if any decision you made was really unstable or struggling with being unstable. I feel like...
I mean, the whole maybe I make a portal that dooms the world thing, but... And
I
mean, that's fair.
Mom
we were
that
planning
we
to
stop
do that.
fighting.
Give 4 XP.
Okay.
Let's also give Elzindo some XP because you did play him. He did play a major role here.
Definitely.
Elzindo, did you address a challenge with stealth or evasion? Not really.
I mean, I came out of the...
He did, but he didn't need to be hiding in order to do what he did.
Guess so.
So I don't think that was really dealing with
I
the challenge through
evaded a
stealth or
blow
evasion.
from Lan.
Hmm?
I evaded a blow from Lan.
Yes. Yes, you did. Yes, definitely. So there's 1 there. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I think on multiple occasions, his whole "I got to save the world" kind of thing. I mean,
Yeah, save the cute one.
Yeah.
Save the cute.
yeah, go for trying to save Lan, even though that would be harder, and all those kind of things.
I'll give you 1 there for your obsession. So, it sounds like 4 for you also. And Lon. Lon is a cutter, technically?
Yes, he is. He's definitely a cutter.
Did you address a challenge with threats or violence? Yes.
Yeah. Multiple
times.
occasions. I think so, yeah.
Did you express your drives, beliefs, heritage, or background? Yes, definitely. And would I say multiple times? I think so, because there was the whole I'm not your lapdog anymore, Farouk moment.
True.
And there's also the I'm stubborn as hell, and even though it's going to cost me my mortal existence, I'm going to still help Ixis.
True.
And then, did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas?
trauma, because Ixis is actually technically a trauma.
Yeah. I mean, Ixis is all kinds of weird shit.
I don't think so, but I definitely think trauma. Yeah. So 5 then?
Yes.
Yeah. Sweet. Then I am going to put an extra point in command, so that next time when I tell Ixis to do something, he does it.
I mean, that's gonna be interesting now that he has his own body.
No, definitely.
Hello? Is that a ghost support? Yeah, I got a ghost, but I don't get him to do what I want. How do? I can't put him out and on again.
I've tried turning him off and on again. He doesn't listen.
We try just plugging him straight into the power cord. We try to bypassing the router.
Yeah. I can connect you to the ghost.
Sorry, hold.
Except for you.
All right, so the cult as a whole gets some XP here.
I certainly hope so.
Advance the agenda of your deity or embody its precepts in action. Yes, multiple times.
Yeah, kind of a lot.
Yes. Did you contend with challenges above your current station? Yeah, you sure did. Did you bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one? I don't think so. I feel like this is...
Isn't this terrifying?
Mostly
Us opening
on
a
the
portal?
down low.
Well, we did open a giant portal. That was visible.
Yeah.
That darkened everything else and drew light to it.
Yeah. Well,
it's pitch black.
Let's roll that reduce heat. That's a good idea, Umbra.
We do have one action.
We cut back, like, after the curtain, like, we get our after credits scene of cutting back over to the rest of the crew, Elizabeth and Victor, like, talking to the spirit wardens in order to reduce your heat.
Yeah. And then we just hear the explosion from Croton.
Yeah.
Not just close from Tangle Town.
That wasn't us, we promise.
Yeah, obviously it didn't happen right here, so...
I mean, there wasn't, like, an explosion. There was...
There might be afterwards.
Psychic, like, on a psychic level. Like, if you were looking in the ghost field and in that direction, you could see what was happening. It wasn't like kaboom. It was like...
I mean, it happened in the middle of Tangletown, everything, though, and the...
Yeah, I'll give you one for being... I mean, it's gonna come up. It's gonna come up before next time. Okay, yes.
Yeah. If you could...
Goals drives inner conflict.
Inner...
True. So, I'm gonna give you guys... I'm gonna give you guys 7 XP. Which I think is enough for you guys to level up. No, because you had 0. I think.
Yeah, we were at 0, exactly.
We have learned nothing
y'all
from
have
this.
7 now. And who wants to roll for Elizabeth and Victor and crew?
I'll do it. I'm just gonna do a normal roll. 3. Not very much heat reduction.
I mean, you guys didn't have a lot of heat, so you're down to 1 heat and 1 wanted level. That's not too bad.
Oh, can we switch over to the crew screen?
Oh, yes, of course. I'm sorry.
I filled everything in.
Perfect. So where is... Perfect. Okay. So with let me make a note here. With both Farouk and William Kildare dead, who is in charge?
I mean, Farouk can't actually act, right? He's just keeping the portal open.
Yeah.
Well, but certainly, Dandelion being a ghost is not fit to do things like public speaking and such, because, the spirit wardens would take him away. So I think it should just be Lan.
Yeah,
I mean...
I think actually that William will withdraw for a bit after this whole thing goes down. He has a place to go and a person to visit.
I mean, you could just give Zinc the everything, and everything will just go downhill from there.
I mean, we could give it to Elzingdo, but Elzingdo would just not make it the Shroud of Diania. If
No, not Elzingdo.
He's
probably weirded out by the whole.
I know. We'll give it to you.
Right
That sounds like a safe idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ruby's good.
Ruby's
Actually,
like
I
11.
liked Ruby. That would be completely shot of the. Or TikTok. We give it to TikTok. Come on.
We give it to
No. It needs to be someone with a grand vision for the Shroud, certainly.
We give it to one of the liquefied
I mean,
people
that
in the
sounds
balls.
like Ruby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can go with Ruby or Lan.
Stuff. And to chat might be
I
easy to
like
make.
it being Ruby because she's a young girl, just like the avatar of Diania.
Mm-hmm.
She's also very devoted. Lan might do it because someone needs to do it, but the whole worshipping someone idea. I mean, if he'd worship anybody, it'd be Ixis. It wouldn't be Diania.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Ruby.
Yeah, I definitely feel that.
I mean, it fits Shroud of Diania too much to not go for Ruby, because it's normally
nice
the one you least would consider is because it's a small child that we just you're in charge. Let's go.
I mean, it's nice for her. I mean, she got brainwashed and then she got threatened by Farouk, and now she's suddenly in charge. I mean, that's nice for her.
I like it.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Ruby
Okay,
2016.
our two possible leaders are dead. Let's just take the child.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense to me.
Cool.
So you belong in the Shroud of Diania too.
So yeah, I think this is a good place to call it.
Sounds like a beautiful place. We managed
wow.
it perfectly on time too.
But
It's 5
We
to
did.
11.
It was
Perfect.
I
A plus,
really
everybody.
want to play this at another time to the end, because there's we can do a big save the world mission from this madness.
I definitely feel like we could come back to this. I think this is a very good place to end it. It's very solid, and if we never get a chance to come back, there was a very decisive ending, but there's
was
certainly
beautiful.
room to grow.
Definitely. What is Farouk gonna do now that he's a portal? What is William Kildare gonna do now that he's a ghost?
Yeah,
yeah.
I think I know what he's going to be doing. We can keep that a secret if we want.
We'll come back to it. I mean, maybe write it down so you don't forget, but
Yeah, I'm writing it down now.
perfect.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Would it be too? I'm just so incredibly curious. Would it be too much to ask? What is Ixis?
Ixis is
Dionysus' lover.
I want to tell you, but I also feel like it would be spoilers if we do ever come back to this. But I trust you all to be
I don't want to hear it.
Keep-
Mute you. Wait.
yeah, mute yourself. I'll tell you. We'll tell them. All right. So if you don't want to hear this spoiler, just skip ahead. I'm gonna put my hand up, and when it comes down, then we're done spoilers. Ixis was Lord Skurlock's brother. They were both sorcerers from before the Cataclysm.
Ooh.
And Ixis was trapped between our world and the Ghost Vale for 1,000 years because of Lord Skurlock's actions.
Oh, brothers. Siblings, they're like that. Trapping each other.
All right.
Sorry.
Okay, no,
Yeah,
no
but-
more
We're back.
spoilers.
No
Yeah.
more spoilers.
No more spoilers.
You back,
Cool.
back, Mark?
Yes,
All right. We're done with spoilers, but now they know and you don't.
that's good. I love it.
I
So-
think that was overall beautiful ending.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kelson. That was
Yes,
awesome.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Very cool.
Thanks, everyone.
And thank
But-
everybody else as
yeah.
well. I mean, everybody worked towards that.
I wanted to say you all played. We are all played to this, to come to this, and we all, I think, did a great job in doing so.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, guys, everyone, and I hope you had as much fun as I did.
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job, everyone.
Drove that stolen
Okay.
car into a wall.
The
Huh.
ghost thing idea was great. Hello.
Yeah, I just wonder what we're gonna do next. I think it'd be fun to play like a different group type if we do come back. If you
Mm-hmm.
see this whole thing from some other perspective.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if there is like a Spirit Warden's hack out there. But that would be an interesting perspective.
Spirit
Well,
Warden's trying to
there's
fix
I
the.
know I've seen and read like the vigilante playbook,
Mm-hmm.
but it'd be interesting to play like to play as spirit wardens. That would be interesting, for sure.
I think it would be hard though,
it would definitely be hard. I agree.
Yeah.
for
It
the
would be,
GM especially.
it would turn the game on its head even more than the vigilantes playbook does. I think.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but yeah, we can definitely talk more about that later. And
For now, though, next week
yeah, tell us about
Yes.
next week.
Next week we'll be doing something incredibly awesome. We will be characters at the great university in the world of the Kingkiller Chronicle. Not just that, but we'll be using Burning Wheel to do it. I'm so excited. Like, this was a super cool ending, and I'm also excited for next week.
I think we all are.
Role
Yeah,
playing's
sure.
good.
It's gonna be wonderful.
Oh, so yeah, I think just kind of in a daze from that whole thing. That was,
Yeah.
that was amazing.
Quite a ride.
Yeah.
It was one of our best sessions,
Yeah.
if not the best.
Definitely
For-
think
I
so.
mean, I'm
for
glad
sure.
we were able to go out on a high note. And thank
Yeah.
you all for anyone who was going to be here for last week when I couldn't run. I feel like I really would have done a disservice to this episode if we'd done it last week. So,
Well, it was double awesome this time.
Yeah.
And we
Doom came a week early.
Wow.
Yeah, bit too real.
Brilliant.
Yeah, some other demon lords.
I guess we're on to outros?
Yes. So,
Yeah.
Kelsa,
Yes.
tell us about all the cool things you're doing on the internet.
If people want more
I
of
know
this
we only have a certain amount of time left, but you know, try to tell us about all of it.
I will.
Aren't you
All right.
supposed to ask if she does things on the internet and then she says,
I know. I should ask rather than command. But...
Was it tradition?
There's that
Come
one.
on.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kelsa. You can find me at Kelsa on Twitter or here on Twitch, twitch.tv/KelsaDelphi. And I put a little. I've been talking in the chat. If you're here in watching me right now, you can follow me on Twitter. I always host whenever I'm going live on somebody else's channel, where I play a lot of role-playing games and run a number of role-playing games. As we are wrapping up this game of Blades in the Dark, I am actually about to start running a new game of Blades in the Dark. Details to follow soon. I'll be tweeting about it as soon as our art assets are finished. We will be ready to go. I don't want to start without some overlays. So that will be picking up nebulously soon. Artists take time to make good art, so that I'm very excited for. Of course, Wednesdays, I'm going to be right here. I'm still going to be playing same time, but I will also be playing Burning Wheel. I will no longer be the GM, but I'm really looking forward to that game. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thursday nights, this is my last week on Die Party Fulcrum, which is a Mutants Masterminds game. Starting in early December, I will be playing a different game. I'll tell you more when I can. And but I will be being replaced by a really cool person. More details to follow. Gosh, I've got a lot of more details to follow. Anyway, what is not changing is on Friday nights, where I play Mouse Guard, and I'm an adorable mouse with adorable mouse problems. Unlike all of those other games where I play a horrible person who does friendly game where we are just adorable mice. We don't have adult problems, and we don't have to worry about politics. We just have to worry about safely getting through the rain with our tiny little mouse bodies, and whether or not we can trust lying, stinking ferrets that want to eat us.
Never.
And we don't curse. There's no cussing. There's no adult themes. It's as close to G-rated as we can get it, with the possibility of death on the line occasionally. And try to make it fun for the whole family, which is definitely a change of pace from a lot of other role-playing games out there. On Saturdays, I'm back to being a scoundrel, where I play in Blades in the Dark. If you can't tell, I really like Blades in the Dark. And I play as a hound named Jewel, who has a pet monkey as her hunting pet. And that's all I'm currently doing.
Cool. Does anybody else have a shout out?
No, I'm not Arnold.
It's time to do your shout out, Brad.
Okay.
Get on it now.
Hasta la vista.
Okay. So actually, this week is kind of light. We won't be back on Friday, but I think we'll be back on the Friday after, for the 10 a.m. game of Masks. On Saturday, I'll be starting up a game of Masks. That's at 9 p.m. And then I'm usually here on Sundays at 4, but that also isn't happening this week, but we'll be back on with Space Ninjas next week. And then Wednesday, as has been mentioned, Burning Wheel set in the Patrick Rothfuss's King Killer Chronicles. I think it's going to be amazing.
I'm so excited.
I'm very excited.
I mean, I'm a little like scared of GMing again, but I mean this is the most amazing game in the most amazing world.
Everybody believes in us.
Everything is going to be okay.
Yeah. And we'll all be there with you, Gluttons for Punishment.
Definitely.
And I don't mean, and by Gluttons for Punishment, I mean the Burning Wheel system is really mean. So we're...
Yeah, you have to be mean to it in response.
And like a GM can't wish for better players than you guys.
Oh.
Yeah. There's so much love going around. Okay.
Love is in the air.
So I guess with that, I'm going to look for somebody super cool to host. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. What I have to do because Patrick is streaming right now. It is host Patrick Rothfuss.
Yeah,
Of course.
that does seem very appropriate.
Indeed. So
I
yeah,
didn't even realize that he streamed.
Yeah. Right now he's doing.
Well, obviously I'm following him.
Yeah. Right now he's doing the Witcher. In the past he's done Fallout. And a number of other things. And he's of course quite charming. So let's definitely check that out. I'm gonna hop over there for at least for a little bit for sure. So thank you everybody. Have a good one.
bye.
Bye.